There was an urgent warning today from America's Secretary of Homeland Security about the need for new rules to protect the nation's chemical plants, which could be...
We're here again today to talk about Koch Industries and lobbying that Koch has done regarding its chemical plants around the country. So after 9/11, how did the U.S. government beef up security around those chemical plants?
Well, the initial response was to put in better fences, better gates, and have more guards, make the physical plant actually more secure. Over time, Congress took up the issue.
Addressing the vulnerabilities of U.S. chemical sites, which are often located near dense population areas, is important.
And they passed a wide-ranging Homeland Security bill that included standards for chemical facilities and requires these chemical companies to come and report to Homeland Security about what chemicals they have and what the worst-case scenarios would be if there was a spill or a terrorist attack.
And how has the industry lobbying affected these rules?
The biggest target is a proposal called inherently safer technology. It's a big word, and basically what it means is you use safer chemicals. If you have a plant that requires the use of chlorine, you could either manufacture a small amount of chlorine or you could switch to a chemical that, while it might be more expensive, would still be much safer than having all that chlorine around.
Why is Koch Industries lobbying so hard against these rules?
Well, cost is one thing. Koch also believes that federal regulation affects American industry, makes it less competitive, and hurts the bottom line.
What chemicals are in use at those plants?
We looked at Koch plants that have to report to the Environmental Protection Agency what are called worst-case scenarios. And that means they're using a hazardous chemical, in this case chlorine, ammonia, formaldehyde, and the like, and that they are in a neighborhood that has schools, churches, downwind that could be affected if there was a spill.
So these plants are located all over the country. How can someone find out if there's a plant in their community and what the risk is?
The most comprehensive list is actually at the EPA headquarters in Washington, and you have to go there. You're only allowed to see 10 of these reports per month per individual, and you're watched by the EPA to make sure that you're not a terrorist accumulating a bunch of information for a future attack.
Thank you, Jack, for that follow-up report on Koch. I assume there's no video allowed of the EPA reading room?
No, in fact, I took out my smartphone just to check my email, and the guy came over and he said, hey, no, you can't take out any phones here because, you know, I know you're just checking your email, but you got a camera in that phone, you could be taking pictures of the plant. Yeah.